people pictures. Not just of my dad, but of other people's dads. I once was in relations with a man that was a 4-year Marine that never went to war. And he took so much pride in being a Marine. You know, one of these people that they take one little aspect of their life and they drag it with them through the rest of their lives. What are you doing when you're dragging that one thing rather than sublimating and making it a part of who you are today? All the things you learned. What are you doing if you're dragging it along? You're making that the thing you will only ever be. There's no future for you because you're living in the past. And he's one of these people that, Marine, you know, he's got the vanity plate even. I'm like, wow, well, that's going far. That means you're spending money every year. I don't know. I've just got the border for the 82nd Airborne Division on my plate. And the only reason I got that was to make it easier when cops come walking up. Last time I got pulled over, the cop came up in the dark of night, and I rolled the window down, had my cigarette, and he says, you carrying? I said, no. Like I need to be driving around with a pistol in my car. I could just kick somebody in the nuts. Nobody ever sees me coming. Oh, long-haired, skinny hippie sitting on an airplane. After 9/11, I flew as soon as I could, and just somebody, come on. Let me sit there looking like the fucking innocent and weak, and I can save the day. But no, I'm not carrying a fucking pistol so I can save the day. Most people with these pistols are bad shots. So he brings up something from the movie with that Jake Gyllenhaal guy where he played a sniper that never got to kill anybody. Spoiler alert. I've always wanted to say that. And I remember the scene. I watched this movie, Jarhead. That's what it was. And I was like, you fuckers, you stole my fucking story and made it into a Marine story, which made it all the less interesting. Jake Gyllenhaal, great actor. But at some point in that movie, there was a Marine getting ready to take pictures of dead bodies. And the guy comes up and he says, you don't take pictures of dead people. You know, that's for the army. And when this guy brought this up to me, who thinks he's, you know, like, who has never even watched the January 6th committee hearings, you know, at least look at it. Don't just fucking buy into it. That's what the difference between a Marine. I'm not starting a fight because I have always believed that this infighting between everybody, between units, between people, every aspect of that is a pecking order, and it's like you cannot operate a very huge military institution based on henpecking. People have to be able to work together. But the Marines, they get 12 weeks of brainwashing, whereas in the Army, we've got 8 weeks unless you're in a cohort unit that goes through and whatever. And where you're going, only 8 weeks at stabbing an invisible person saying blood, 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 drill sergeant. So, you know, it's difference between 12 and 8, and the Marines happen to get brainwashed deeper than the rest of us that have seen the brainwashing in action. I've got pictures of dead people. It is not supposed to be something we did, but I got them. I made it happen. And it's just really too bad that I can't show them to you because it's basically snuff film. But I mean, if you're gonna go fucking kill a bunch of people, shouldn't you have something to remember it by, so you don't just have them coming in the night going, dead people coming at you. That's the one time I dreamed the dead people were all coming at me in Iraq. And my Aunt Frankie showed up out of nowhere. And she said, what are you worried about? They're dead. And I went, and they went, poof. But some people aren't able to work with their dreams so readily to solve the problems that may exist forever without fucking, well, compensation, I suppose is a word. You can interpret that any way you want. No, sometimes you need the picture on the wall of the fucking dead guy, the same way they have fucking Christ on the crucifix. That should, I mean, if you're not supposed to have idolatry and shit like that, that's just a simple fact. To have a sculpture of a fucking dead guy on the wall, I think for all the people that think I'm going too far, I'm just trying to keep up with you.